So, oops, there we go. Anyway, getting ready for the morning, everybody. A lot of good things are making moves. We had a little bit of a correction yesterday in the market. It was probably, you know, it's weird. I was looking at my swing trades, and it was probably one of the very few days. I haven't had a losing day in about a week in there. Every day it's up like 2%, 2%, 2%. Um, so anyway, that's what we had going on with those, and obviously we're doing really well with a lot of the stock. We had a little bit of correction in certain things in the market, and we'll talk a little about those. But just we'll go over the watch list really quick. But you can see right here, we got a nice little move on this JZXN, nice little pop right there, early morning. Stock went from $1 to about $3. We'll talk a little bit more about that and we'll watch it. But let's talk about the stocks yesterday that we did trade, because yesterday we had a lot on that list. And the list was huge yesterday. Probably one of the biggest watch lists that we had in a long time. And like me and Josh and Rich always say in the trading room, you know, these are the best times to trade. So let's go over some of the stocks that did really well yesterday before we go over what's happening today. So we have the UEC. That was a really nice move yesterday. You can see how that stock, Uranium Energy, ran from 12 to 14. We had UUUU, that also, and it's still pretty strong. You can see all these energy stocks are doing pretty well. Now, if you haven't been watching the current events, okay, President Trump was talking at the United Nations. And I know the big talk for the news was somebody definitely sabotaged him. So weird how the elevator did not work before soon as he stepped on it. Coincidental, which I really think is the most disrespectful to anybody. And his teleprompters went out. Coincidental, or just somebody did another sabotage. But don't worry, they'll get to the bottom of that. But that's what everyone's talking about. But you know what we're talking about here at Cybertrade University? We're here talking about what did he talk about and what did he say that's going to lead to other stocks that are making big moves. So he bashed Russia, okay? And he said that, so obviously you might have telling all the people, Europeans, stop buying fuel from them, buying oil from them. You're a bunch of hypocrites. You want to help the war and help Ukraine, but you're buying oil from them. So oil is moving up a little well. And then also, that's right, Lynn and Randy, the defense stocks. So I want to go some of the defense stocks now. Obviously, I'm always a fan of RTX. I sold it, okay? I bought a little bit back, but there are other stocks that are moving that in the military stocks. I'm not talking about like, you know, Boeing and all the rest. There are ETFs. You have this one right here that's moving up pretty well. RXTG, which is the leverage version. And it's funny, if you look at all these ETFs, they're pretty new. This is obviously just started back in July. You have that one. I also like these other ones right here. IDFE, another big defense stock. This one, 29 to 31. And this one's a little bit on the expensive side, but ITA is another big defense stock. This one, you could see it, but you know, once again, big moves, and they're not moving up huge, but they are making all-time highs. So I'm gonna put those on the watch list. I want you to keep an eye on the defense stocks. A couple other things I do want to talk about also. Gold is doing very well. Okay, getting close to the highs again. You had a big jump in the AI business. NVIDIA, you know, kind of holding there. We use that as a gauge what it's doing, and NVIDIA is just basically kind of holding here steady. They're putting a big investment, you know, into AI again. So we all know this is not something that is a a president is pushing the Green New Deal or the defense stocks. I mean, we know this is not going anywhere. All right, this is not like we did catch on the crypto frenzy. The AI is not really going anywhere. I know everyone here is using it, and we use it very highly here at Cybertrade University. Also, real estate and yields are moving up pretty well with the housing market. Powell's talked about he's going to be lowering the rates more and more. You know what? The more they lower the rates, the more you're going to have some houses going to be available. And, you know, because now people are going to be able to sell their homes and flip them because nobody wants to give away that great interest rate they had 5-10 years ago. Okay, so you might see some liquidity in there. So you're going to see some action there also. BA is doing pretty well, Lynn and Randy, to bring that up there too. like I said, all these defense stocks are obviously doing well. I'm not the biggest fan on Boeing. It already made a big moves. I'm a little bit, or more the other ones. Boeing, listen, back in April was 120 to 240, great run up, almost a double there. And you know what's crazy about that? When you look at these stocks that we're talking about, these big pops here, we have day trading stocks that do it every day. Hell, we had some that went up 4,000 in one day, right? No one really believes us. They're like, what does that mean? Where do you find them? That's the game of that we play here at Cyber Trade University, right? That's the beast of trading. So anyway, let's go through those watch lists. A couple of the stocks that did make some big moves there. I do want to mention too. We had the BBAI right there that moved up pretty well. Great mover. You could see it right there. Went from $6 to about $8. We had Rigetti, RGTI. Also another big winner. This stock 15 to 32, still very strong. Been an absolute great swing trade. Day trading was a little difficult yesterday. On the swing trade, the afternoon did pretty well. Putting Rigetti back on it. Once again, I tell you about the AI markets. This stock is very heavily in it. The SMCI, which is the same company, in the same business. There we go. Not really doing doing as better as Rigetti. And remember, we had a lot of fun with SMCI. Everybody remembers this stock right here. Remember this stock right here? This is when we had the stock split, $20 stock went to 120. That was a great stock. That had a lot to do with NVIDIA. But it looks like Rigetti is really the one that's taking over. That industry has been one to watch. QBTS, is that right? Yeah. Some of the quantum stocks also doing very well. This one 15 to 32. So quantums are doing really well in the market. TMC still pushing up pretty strong. Some of the metals are doing really well. If you remember, you don't have to trade gold and buy the bullion. You can always trade the ETFs. GEL. You have a lot of silver stocks out there. PAS. Those are all doing pretty well. So metals are doing well also. And you know what's crazy? If you're not, if you're sitting in cash, what the hell are you doing? Okay, I am right. I don't even have it. I've been selling stocks to buy cheaper stocks because this been a great September so far. This has to be one of the best Septembers I've seen in probably years. Okay, so if you're not trading, you're sitting on the sidelines. What are you doing? And let me tell you, that's going to be one of my biggest monologues I'm going to talk about today. When I was in Toronto, I brought it up. I'm going to be in Orlando with Josh next month. And today at the Cyber Expo, I'm going to push that so much because there's no better time doing a Cyber Expo in September because this has been a great September so far. So if you're sitting on the sidelines in cash, I don't know what you're thinking. I'm talking not more or less to cyber traders in here on our trading floor, but some of you on social media. What in the hell are you doing? Okay. So you better be here at the Cyber Expo. Just a couple of more stocks I want to touch upon. TMC was a great runner too. That one's one of the other metals. Oh, that one I already said already. USAR. Is that right? USAR. There we go. That one moving up really nicely too, pushing up. That one went from 16 to 18, still pushing up pretty higher. And open was got a nice short yesterday. Today it's making a little bit of comeback, and we all know the open stock was a lot of fun. That stock was a great August, September stock, especially here in September. $6 up to 10. Now it's coming back down. And GoPro, obviously, Brian, we don't want to miss that one, right? GPRO. GoPro was also a great September stock, $1.50 to about $3. All right, so let's go through the watch list and see what's going on really quick over here. A couple of nice little movers. This one moved up pretty nicely too. I was just a little nervous about the spread. Spread is kind of ugly right here. So I'm going to put this on the B list. You got to be a category 3 or 4 trader here at Cyber Trade University to trade that stock. So you want to be careful of that one. This stock just gapped up. It looks like a buyout right here. We're going to put this back on the list. JZXN. That one is absolutely moving up really nicely. It's coming down a little bit right now. RCT, another one's gapped up. Some of you remember this back in June. We traded $1, ran to $5. Great spread. not up huge, 17 million shares. RCT, put that on the watch list. XPOM, we trade this stock too back in August. This one's the one that ran from $2 to $5. I don't know. It's not really moving that crazy this morning. It's got some good volume. It's kind of flat. See, we got some orders hovering here right around $1.88. XPON. We'll put that on the watch list. RCT we already know about. That one just fell down. CLPT, Clear Point. Ugly spread. It's up nicely. Volume, 2 million shares. Probably not. I'm a little, remember, it's all, there's so many good stocks that are moving. But remember, we teach you at Cybertrade University. Just because it's moving doesn't mean you can get it. Remember, there's some of you here buy stocks, and by the time you buy it and you sell it, you end up losing money. You don't know why. Remember the 3 T's: tradable, trend, and trap. We teach that in phase 1 in our courses. All right. Losers, anything there on the losers list? Nothing really much other than some of the stocks that we probably traded on the big run-up. Now it looks like they're on the losers, but there's not that many in there. New York Stock Exchange got a big pop on the lithium stocks. Here we go. Here's another one. Remember, all the metal stocks are doing really, really well. LAC. This one is doing nothing. Zone went up and came back down. BMA, nothing really great. BBAR, not really. Not sold on that one. Not really. Don't like the spread. Don't like the spread. Losers. B looks like a good short. Bloom Energy, that just keeps going down, down, down. Definitely. That stock's been having such a great rally. Now it comes off the cliff. Probably could test these highs right here at 68. If it breaks that, it can even go a lot lower. Definitely. Absolutely. FCX. Nope. All right. That pretty much does it. All right. So there's our list. Brian. You know what? Energy stocks, like I said, they're still moving. So that looks like it's been the big play right now. Listen, I don't like to get political, but I tell you all the time, we have a president in office that he's not like previous presidents. What he says, he actually does. And now people are starting to realize that in the stock market. Remember, how many times have you people voted for someone, and if they just do 10 or 20% what they say they're going to do, that's great. And then they end up doing something else. But usually when they're in office, they usually like on cruise control. They don't do anything. Unfortunately for this president, whatever he says, he actually does, and he means it. And the stock market really is taking him seriously. And these stocks are really acting to whatever he says. So you got to keep an eye on it, what they're doing. Remember, if you like them or hate them, we don't take political sides here as a trader. You know what? Because you could sit there and God forbid that you're in one stock that that he says something about that's going to go on the wrong side. You can get crushed. Okay. And if there's something moving and he's talking about it, looking to do something, guess what? We're going to make a killing on it. So it's been great. So pay attention. So anyway, I'm going to get ready for the Cyber Expo. If you have not registered yet for the Cyber Expo, everyone, if you're watching on social media, here's that little QR code right there. Take your phone, scan it. We'll get you in there. We're going to be for 2 days, 10 a.m. to 4 o'clock. We're going to have some of the best gurus that I feel that I'm very good friends with, that I want you to hear what they have to say. If you're a day trader, swing trader, options, gold trader, metal trader, they're going to be there talking about it. All right. So have your questions ready. Listen, watch, and if you can't make all of them, we'll have them recorded, and we will make some quick highlights, shorts for you. Okay. Let's get ready for the market. Open up, everyone. Josh and Rich are going to take care of you in the morning. I'm going to hop over in the Cyber Expo. And remember, we're going to start at 10 a.m. I will be the first speaker. All right. So for some of you here in the Cyber Group room, you don't have to rush there. You already heard my my story. But if you're not, and you're watching on social media, you don't want to miss it. Good luck, everyone. Happy trading. Let's make this an exciting morning. Okay. I'll see you all in the trading room, and I'll see you in the Cyber Expo.